The Queen and the Monster Chapter 1. Distant Whispers. In the medieval kingdom of Eldoria, nestled amidst lush valleys and towering mountains, whispers of a dark and dangerous man echoed through the cobblestone streets. The nameless prisoner, condemned to the depths of the dreaded Iron Keep, was rumored to be an embodiment of unspeakable wickedness. His crimes, shrouded in mystery, had become the stuff of frightening tales whispered in hushed tones by mothers to their children. In the heart of the kingdom stood the resplendent palace of Queen Serafina, a ruler beloved by her subjects for her wisdom and compassion. Her reign was marked by prosperity and harmony, yet behind the gilded walls of her regal abode, a longing heart yearned for more. The queen, bound by duty and tradition, had forsaken the dreams of love that danced in her heart. One fateful evening, as twilight painted the skies with hues of gold and violet, Queen Serafina chanced upon a group of courtiers engrossed in their gossip. Eager to unravel the enigma that had captured the imaginations of her people, she inquired about the imprisoned man. They spoke of his blackened soul and the darkness that seemed to surround him like an impenetrable shroud. Yet, amid the tales of horror, a single voice sang a different tune, a young, fair maiden named Isabella. Her eyes sparkled like stars as she recounted a story of sorrow and empathy. She revealed that the condemned man had once been a noble knight, driven to commit unforgivable acts by an agonizing loss that shattered his spirit. In her narrative, he was no longer a villain but a tragic figure, imprisoned by his own guilt and sorrow. Enthralled by Isabella's words, the queen felt a deep pang of sympathy for the man who dwelled in darkness. The seed of curiosity was sown within her heart, and she vowed to know the truth behind the rumors. Summoning her most trusted advisor, Sir William, a loyal knight whose sense of honor was matched only by his unwavering loyalty, she commanded him to investigate the imprisoned man and report back with the truth. Days turned into nights as Sir William delved into the depths of the Iron Keep, unearthing secrets and untold tales of heartache. He emerged with a revelation that shook the very foundations of Eldoria. The condemned man was no heartless villain. He was a grieving soul, consumed by remorse for a tragic loss that he believed he had caused. As the truth unraveled before her, Queen Serafina found herself drawn to the imprisoned man, whose soul bore scars deeper than the dungeons that held him captive. She became entangled in a web of emotions she had never known before, a forbidden love that burned brighter than the sun and yet was destined to remain in the shadows. Against the backdrop of a kingdom steeped in tradition, where love between a queen and a condemned man was unthinkable, the queen and the prisoner found solace in secret meetings beneath the pale moonlight. Their love blossomed like the rarest of flowers, their souls intertwining in a dance that defied the conventions of their world. But the more their love flourished, the more perilous their plight became. Whispers of the queen's clandestine affection spread like wildfire, threatening to engulf them both in a blaze that could bring the kingdom to its knees. In the face of mounting danger and insurmountable odds, the queen and the condemned were left with a heart-wrenching choice: to relinquish their love and live in the shadows, or to defy destiny and grasp their love with both hands, consequences be damned. As the kingdom of Eldoria stood at the precipice of transformation, two hearts beat as one, their love defying the constraints of a world that sought to keep them apart. The Queen and the Condemned is a tale of forbidden love that dares to challenge the boundaries of tradition, a story of sacrifice, redemption, and the eternal power of love that can conquer even the darkest of destinies. Chapter 2. Her Majesty's Curiosity. In the heart of the medieval kingdom of Eldoria, Queen Serafina sat upon her opulent throne, her regal beauty veiled in a cloak of sorrow. The untimely loss of her beloved husband, King Cedric, had left a void in her heart, and the weight of the crown burdened her weary soul. As the days turned into nights and the seasons painted the landscapes with their hues, Serafina found herself yearning for something more, a flicker of excitement to breathe life into the corridors of her gilded palace. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the kingdom, a hushed conversation reached the queen's ears. Her ladies-in-waiting spoke in murmurs of a mysterious prisoner, confined to the depths of the dreaded Iron Keep, a man rumored to possess a darkness so profound that it chilled even the bravest souls. Intrigued by the enigmatic whispers, Queen Serafina leaned forward, her curiosity piqued. She yearned to peel back the layers of secrecy and unravel the truth behind this imprisoned figure that haunted the imaginations of her people. Could he truly be as malevolent as the rumors suggested, or was there more to his tale than met the eye? Determined to quench her thirst for knowledge, Serafina called upon her most trusted advisor, Sir Gabriel, a wise and loyal knight whose eyes sparkled with intrigue at the prospect of unraveling the mystery. She commanded him to investigate the prisoner and report back with every shred of truth he could uncover. The following morning, as the first rays of sunlight bathed the kingdom in a warm embrace, Sir Gabriel embarked on his quest for truth. His journey led him through hidden passageways, past whispering willows and ancient oaks, until he stood before the ominous walls of the Iron Keep. The fortress exuded an aura of foreboding, but the knight remained resolute, for his loyalty to the queen knew no bounds. Within the depths of the Iron Keep, he found the prisoner, a man whose face bore the weight of unimaginable sorrow. His eyes, once filled with the light of hope, now held the shadows of a past that haunted him relentlessly. Sir Gabriel sensed the depths of the prisoner's despair and knew that there was more to this story than the world cared to acknowledge. As the days turned into weeks, Sir Gabriel unearthed the truth. The prisoner was no sinister figure of darkness but a broken soul, burdened by the weight of guilt and the agony of loss. A noble knight once revered, he had suffered an unspeakable tragedy that had shattered his spirit, leading him down a path of self-condemnation. With a heart heavy with revelations, Sir Gabriel returned to the Queen, his soul aflame with the knowledge he carried. As he presented the truth to Queen Serafina, her eyes glimmered with tears, and a newfound compassion illuminated her countenance. The Queen saw beyond the rumors and the tales, recognizing the humanity within the imprisoned man. Driven by a desire to understand the depths of his pain, Queen Serafina resolved to meet the prisoner herself. Chapter 3. First Glimpse. As the moon cast its silvery glow over the kingdom of Eldoria, Queen Serafina found herself unable to resist the pull that drew her towards the depths of the iron. Her heart thudded in her chest, a mix of trepidation and longing flooding her senses. She knew that her were unorthodox and risky, but the allure of the enigmatic prisoner had taken hold of her, entwining their fates in ways she could not comprehend. With a sense of determination and a shroud of secrecy, the queen donned a dark cloak that concealed her identity. Under the watchful eye of the stars, she ventured into the night, guided only by the whispers of the castle walls. The torches lining the stone passageway flickered, their dancing flames casting eerie shadows on the cold, damp walls. As Serafina descended deeper into the labyrinthine dungeons, the air grew heavy with the scent of mildew and despair. She could hear faint echoes of moans and cries from neighboring cells, yet her heart remained steadfast in its pursuit of the man whose name was spoken only in hushed tones. Finally, she stood before the heavy iron door that held the prisoner captive. The guards stationed outside looked on, unaware of the queen's identity. Serafina felt a tremor of nerves course through her veins, but she pushed forward, determined to catch a glimpse of the man who had captured her thoughts. With the help of a small, concealed key that she had procured through secret channels, the queen unlocked the door, her heart pounding in her chest. As the door creaked open, she held her breath, fearing that her identity would be revealed. But the guard remained oblivious, his attention diverted elsewhere. Stepping into the dimly lit cell, Serafina saw him for the first time. The enigmatic prisoner stood with his back turned, his dark hair falling in disheveled waves. He seemed lost in thought, unaware of the presence that now graced his cell. Her eyes traced the lines of his strong, but weary, frame. He bore the scars of a life filled with hardship, and his haunted eyes held a depth of emotion that moved her soul. Serafina felt a tug within her heart, a connection that defied reason and spoke of a love that transcended the boundaries of their worlds. As if sensing her presence, the prisoner turned, and their eyes met in the flickering candlelight. A mix of surprise and curiosity danced in his eyes, and for a moment, time stood still. In that fleeting instant, the queen and the condemned shared an unspoken understanding, an acknowledgement of the unexplainable pull that drew them together. "Who are you?" the prisoner asked, his voice a low, gravelly whisper that sent shivers down Serafina's spine. Her heart racing, she removed her cloak, revealing her identity. "I am Queen Serafina," she replied softly, unable to tear her gaze away from his. He looked at her with a mixture of astonishment and disbelief, struggling to comprehend the presence of the queen in his wretched cell. "Why have you come here?" he asked, his voice tinged with a hint of vulnerability. "I came to see the man behind the rumors, the one they call the Condemned," she replied, her voice unwavering. "I needed to know the truth for myself." The prisoner's eyes softened, and a flicker of gratitude crossed his face. "And have you found the truth?" "I have found more than I could have ever imagined," she admitted, her heart laid bare before him. In that moment, a connection formed between the Queen and the Condemned, one that transcended their stations and defied the world that sought to keep them apart. As the night wore on, they spoke of their hopes, their dreams, and their fears, finding solace in each other's presence. In the depths of that dark and lonely dungeon, a love was born, a love that dared to challenge the very fabric of their society. Little did they know that their clandestine meetings were but the beginning of a tale that would test their love, their loyalty, and their resolve. For in the heart of Eldoria, where duty and desire collided, the Queen and the Condemned were bound by a love that would set them on a journey of forbidden passion and undeniable destiny.